If you're having a parasitic infection, it's more than just, oh, I'm walking down the road and all of a sudden I can't control my bowels. You have, number one, you just moved close to that.
Have you ever had explosive?
Welcome to Elevated Life, Real Wellness and Transformation Podcast, where we walk alongside the internally driven individual as they transform their life through wellness, movement, mindset, and personal responsibility. If that's you, you're in the right place. Let's jump in.
Breaking news right now. Explosive diarrhea is on the rise. And we're going to talk about it.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about poop today.
Yay.
Yay, poop.
It is one of Jonna's favorite topics.
It is. Not on the podcast. I don't think that it's crossed over into podcast conversation.
Yeah, not really. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe it will today. I don't know. If you're watching on YouTube, my hair is matching my personality currently, so it might get a little wild here. So what are we talking about?
There has been, it seemed like when it first came out, it was a parody or a joke or something.
When did you first see it?
A few days ago. I don't know. Maybe it's been a couple weeks ago now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a while on
and
Twitter.
You didn't tell me?
No, I didn't think anything of it.
It was about poop and parasites.
Yeah, but I just saw it like one post, and it just seemed like maybe it was a
scam,
wannabe Babylon Bee.
Oh, okay.
Or the Onion thing or something. And then never saw it again.
I saw it yesterday for the first time. And I thought the same thing. It was on an Instagram reel. Someone had slabbed, some shit together about people crapping themselves. And I thought, is this real or not? And then, of course, once you look at something, you guys know this, your algorithm's like, now you're going to learn everything about the crap yourself disease. Yeah. In like 30 seconds. Yeah. So I woke up this morning and there was a King 5 news report on my Facebook feed. I reposted it on Facebook. Of course, none of those things get traction. Every time I talk about parasites, it's like,
yeah,
no one wants to talk about it.
Well,
Weird.
I have a theory why, and we'll get into it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Jump in. Get into it.
Oh, you want to get into it right now?
Your theory?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, why not? Look at my hair. This matches the podcast.
Well, because another thing that I see quite often, it kind of cycles. I follow a lot of quote unquote conspiracy theory people.
Nuh-uh.
And it's making the rounds again that the CIA knew that cancer is just parasites.
And that's old news.
Right. And
especially if you've been listening to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that, they've known the cure for 50, 60 years or something. Ivermectin. Yeah.
Well, old ivermectin, it changed after COVID. Now
it did. Yeah.
It's not super great for the liver, which is why,
But to even take that out, antiparasitics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And so that I have seen. So then, of course.
Recently you've seen that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So then, of course, the man is going to be putting the kibosh on talking about parasite cleanses.
Okay, but here's the deal. This is what I don't understand because, okay, I'm going to say this. I don't know if this is real or made up because once the news agencies start to post it, once the CDC comes out and is like, you're going to shit your pants, I feel like what they really love is to create some kind of fear energy for the people to run out and get really scared. Now, my stance on parasites is I have no idea why people aren't constantly cleansing parasites out of their body. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. The information is one layer deep. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if this is a real thing or I want to create fear thing or we have a special drug you can take thing.
Yeah, because it hasn't got to that level yet.
No, it hasn't. But I do know that if they lie about one thing, you guys, they're lying about frickin' everything. It's not just, oh no, they only lie about this. They only manipulate about this. They only create, fear and scarcity and division about this one thing. No, they do it with everything. However, I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about, what is it called here? It's called something fancy. Cyclosporiasis. Cyclosporiasis. Does that sound right? It's not
No.
Cisco. What is it?
None of that sounds right. I don't have it pulled up. I don't know.
Cisco?
I don't
Psycho?
know. Do you want me to look really quick?
Yeah, look it up.
Well,
so maybe we can get a sort of good, word for it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it the explosive diarrhea, parasitic infection that is going around. And I'm going to read this to you guys. This is what King 5 posted this morning. Explosive diarrhea is a parasitic infection that causes explosive diarrhea, an intestinal infection. There have been cases reported in 18 states so far. Cases of, did you find it?
Not yet.
The parasitic infection that causes explosive diarrhea and intestinal infection have continued to rise this week, particularly in Michigan, where health officials have reported 572 cases. That's an increase from 170 reported cases 5 days earlier. Typically, Michigan only sees about 50 cases of this each year, and that's only the number from the Michigan health officials of Ohio that reported 177 cases of the parasitic infection. According to the Centers for Disease Control, numbers from mid-June, before the outbreak was reported in Michigan, there have been positive cases in 17 states. While Michigan health officials have noted past sources of whatever the name of this is, Clint's going to tell us later, it's unclear how this year's more prolific outbreak began and which food or drinks to avoid. As of Saturday, no specific produce grower, supplier, or specific produce type has been identified as the source of the outbreak, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services said over the weekend. People become infected after consuming food or water with parasites. Untreated illness lasts for a few days to a month. While it can be very painful, this parasite is not considered deadly. However, children, older adults, and those who have weakened immune systems are at risk of developing more severe illness after suffering the symptoms of this parasitic infection. Previous outbreaks have been caused by fruits, vegetables, herbs like cilantro, which is hilarious to me because cilantro is anti-parasitic, basil, raspberries, snow peas, green onions, according to health officials. Bagged salads have also previously been the blame for outbreaks. This summer's outbreak has been concentrated in southeastern Michigan, according to health officials, with the counties that contain Detroit, Ann Arbor, Oakland among those impacted. The CDC warned that spring and summer are, however you say that word, season. Shit your pants season. Nothing that clusters of cases are usually detected between May 1st and August 1st. Noting that clusters of cases are usually detected between May and August. Okay, then it goes on to tell you how to reduce your risk, which I'm not going to read through.
Because we're going to tell you.
Yes, we are. So, did you learn how to say it?
Cyclosporiasis.
There you go, cyclosporiasis.
Hey, quick pause. If this episode is hitting you and you're ready for real tools, here's what we built.
Head on over to cjelevantedlife.com, pick up the Rebuilt Method for Men or the Rebuilt Method for Women, just $67 each. We also created the Parasite Detox Blueprint at $37. And this is actually the exact protocol we use ourselves.
And while you're there, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get the weekly action steps and new tools we've tested ourselves. Let's get back to the episode.
So anyway, reading through this, and I'm not trying to make light of it, but it's interesting to me that, so the reel I saw yesterday basically showed a lady like crapping herself in public and not knowing. I was thinking about that in terms of like the clients that I've talked to with gastric issues and so forth. I believe that you would feel that coming on. You know, if you're having a parasitic infection, it's more than just, oh, I'm walking down the road and all of a sudden I can't control my bowels. Like, you have indicators. Number one. Go ahead. You just moved close to that.
Have you ever had explosive diarrhea?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know if it's coming on. Or if it's just like a fart that gets away.
Okay, but we're not talking about this. Like, some of the, you know, you have extreme gut pain, you're feeling nauseous. There's some indicators, and I'm not saying that that's what happens with this, right? Because everyone's different. And anyone who listens to the podcast knows that we've already, you know, hit home. Listen to your body if you're feeling under the weather, right? But what I want to speak to is parasite cleansing. Like, this is something that is a non-negotiable. And I'm unclear as to why it's always just poo-pooed. Now, the other, like, conspiracy theories that have come up with this are, like, 5G, chemtrails, CERN being turned off, like, stuff like that, right? Or who's the guy that spreads the ticks around?
Bill Gates?
Yeah, that guy. I mean, that not human entity, right?
Or the government using their poop guns.
Have you heard that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you being serious right now, Clint?
100% serious. Have you heard of the discombobulator?
I feel like you are pulling my leg right
Dead
now.
serious. Do you remember the issue a few years ago in Cuba where it was at I think it was at Guantanamo Bay. It was in Cuba, and all of a sudden a bunch of people in the office like felt super nauseous and got sick and, you know, like were shitting themselves. And you don't remember this a few years ago? Yeah. So they called it Havana syndrome.
Oh.
And there never was like an official explanation, but then during the Venezuela thing, you know, when they went and got Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, you know, when they just were like in and out in like 20 minutes or something.
Okay.
Trump was talking about using the discombobulators. It messed up all they were able to like just completely incapacitate all the guards and everything with this. It's like a high frequency or maybe low frequency. I think the pooping is the low frequency, but frequency I'm dead serious.
I know. I just can't believe we're having this conversation right now. Like,
Well,
this is the world we live in, guys. This is the world we live in. This is just a fake. Because why aren't we using discombobulator with these wars? Why are we sending our kids in? This is a totally different podcast, but
because
why can't we just discombobulate everyone?
Because the military-industrial complex doesn't make billions of dollars on discombobulators.
Okay, let's
But-
get back on track.
Most likely, this is just a parasite.
Yeah, most likely it is. So
here's since we're talking conspiracy theory stuff, but related directly to this.
yeah.
It's fascinating that you know, I think it's been pretty well established the move toward pushing people toward processed foods and, you know, all that stuff. This has been going on for a long time. And I get why fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh herbs, you know, those things are going to have parasites because, you know, parasites aren't living in the super high processed foods.
No.
but then those become, those are the warnings. And I've seen a couple reels or things on Twitter or whatever, like, and you said it in the article, be super wary of fresh fruits and vegetables, be super wary of fresh berries.
I mean, the bag salad I can get.
Yeah.
Like, we've read the bag of salad before. It would be better for you to just eat a cookie than eat the bag salad. Yeah.
But it's just a fascinating thing that, it's coming from, it could just be another, because all of these things, even if we stick with health stuff, the conspiracies or the misdirections or trying to brainwash and guide you, they aren't all huge, enormous, elaborate plans. It can just be feeding little bits of, man, I heard on the news somewhere I shouldn't be eating fresh fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And I can't remember why, but, I heard that somebody was getting sick or whatever, so I should stay away from that. Let me go back to the middle aisles of the grocery store.
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
know what
it's
I mean?
multifaceted, because what is the quote, never let a good
tragedy go to waste?
Yeah. I mean, that's what our parasitic overlords live by. So it could be just a parasitic infection that they're like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity. Okay, all that aside, okay? Number one, you are introduced to parasites every single day with so many different things, right? We've talked about this. If you're a pork eater, if you're a shrimp eater, if you're... What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I was just going to fill in some other things as you were going
if
through.
You work outside in the dirt, if you eat fruits and vegetables, like you're going to get
if
some
you
parasites.
have pets.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
If you have any kind of pets, you have parasites. You just do. So the goal is to keep your immune system kicking and firing, because your body can naturally fight these things off if you have a healthy immune system. A lot of people do not have a healthy immune system. And I believe that if you've never done a parasite cleanse before, you really should do it. I mean, that's just, and not just once. This isn't a one and done thing. You can get the low-lying fruit the first time, and then you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And not all parasite cleanses are the same. We just had an experience. So I talked to you guys about my kids going to see my friend Megan, who does muscle testing. I also went and saw her. One of my daughters, another daughter, went and saw her. She has a parasitic infection. The way Megan does the testing is she brings out all the herbs, sets them on your tummy. Your body accepts the herbs by her testing you. And my daughter, all of the normal parasitic herbs, her body did not respond to. Megan had to actually bring out her big book and dig deep and find a different herb for her. So everyone's different, but most of the time, your basic, and also, this daughter, she's done tons of parasite cleanses with my guidance and had great results. But you got to dig deeper if you, if you have an infection. So I'm saying all of this because it's time for y'all to start taking this seriously, because it's all fun and games until you have a rumbly tummy and you poop yourself and you think you're healthy because you've done all of the things. But if you haven't cleansed specifically parasites, you have them.
Hey friends, if you're getting something out of this, connect with us on our social media platforms. We're at CJ Elevated Life _ on Instagram and TikTok, and CJ Elevated Life on Facebook and X. We're answering DMs, sharing daily content, and building community with people ready for real transformation. For now, hit subscribe wherever you're listening, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We drop 2 new episodes every week. And if this episode resonates, share it. That's how we reach more people who are ready for change. You can also find everything at cjelevatedlife.com. All right, let's keep going.
I think you just hit on something that is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's like a misnomer almost of only unhealthy people have parasites, because
Yeah.
it's a gross thing. You
Yeah.
know, when you think about it,
Well,
when
no one
even the
wants to
word
think about
is
that.
yeah,
I know, right?
it's gross, but it has. I'm not going to say it has nothing to do with, but there are plenty. I mean, everybody has them,
Yeah,
like you
they do.
said, and it's
Except for me, because I got muscle tested and I did not come up with any kind of parasitic infections, which, of course, not.
okay. Everybody's exposed to them
For sure.
and it could very well be that that you can, even if you're healthy now and your immune system is functioning, you know, well now, it could be that you picked one up a long time ago and now it's working within the environment that it has.
Yeah.
You know, it's important to remember. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but parasites are pretty old.
Very old. They're ancient. And what's so funny is when I went to my last appointment with Megan, when I went with Olivia, she said the same thing. She's like, they don't want to die, right? Because Liv's just on the very end of getting the rest of her parasites out. And so Megan's cycling her with wormwood to throw off the parasites because they're smart and
Yeah.
they want to live and they're pissed off that they're dying.
Yeah.
They're ancient.
They've existed through many different cycles of the earth.
Yeah.
So, you know, they can adapt.
Yes,
they
they
know how
can.
to adapt. So they're going to adapt in your body too.
Yes.
So, you know, just ratcheting up your immunity or your health a little bit, it's going to help for sure, and it might help ward off new parasites, but there definitely could be stuff that's, you know, that you picked up as a kid.
Oh, totally.
And
Yeah.
it's just been in your body
Yeah.
for, again, it's a gross thought, but it's the reality.
Yeah, and all the nutrients that you're pouring into your body. So if you're doing all that bulking up your immune system and taking extra iron, guess what you're doing? You're bulking up that parasite and giving it extra iron.
Yeah.
So anyway, really interesting that this came into, you know, our scope, because I thought, oh, this is a perfect opportunity. You guys know that I love to talk about parasites. If you've listened for any time at all, Clint and I penned out a parasite protocol years ago, and it's gone through tons of refinement as we have learned. And so if that's something that you're interested in, you can go to cjelevatedlife.com and get the parasite protocol. It's like, what, 80 pages of information?
Yeah, something like that.
There's a lot of information in there that I believe everyone should know. And also, if you're dealing with deeper seated issues, and you're not seeing any huge benefit from the basic parasite cleanse, because it's going to contain clove, it's going to contain wormwood, it's going to contain oregano, and what else? What's the other one? Not olive oil, olive leaf extract. You know, sometimes you need something different. And I thought it was fascinating when I talked to my other daughter, and she was telling me my body did not want any of the regular stuff. So she had to go, you know, deep into that to find out. So, you know, muscle testing. This is like a huge shout out to Megan in Oregon with Body Works out of Albany. She's a great friend of mine. If you find yourself traveling to Oregon, you should really make an appointment. It's a life-changing thing. But in the interim, you can just start doing parasite cleanses in the spring and the fall.
I was just going to say, and make sure, obviously it'd be great, you know, if you went and checked ours out, but it's so important to prep for it. You know, there's lots of different things, and we outline all the different things that you need to do for it. You know, it starts like 30 days before you
Yeah.
actually do the the parasite cleanse itself. But it's, you know, it shouldn't be taken lightly, and it's something that can be at the, I would say, like at the best end, it can just be ineffective you know,
Or you can have explosive diarrhea.
or it can, I mean, or, you know, you can make yourself really, really sick if you just, like, if you're riddled with parasites and you just, you know, buy a cleanse off of Amazon and don't do any prep work, aren't ready for it at all, and just start guzzling, you know, this stuff that's the parasite cleanse, then you can really negatively impact your body.
Yeah, herbs are very powerful. Do not just jump into a parasite cleanse. And if you want to know more information, just look on our old podcasts. This is probably our 6th podcast.
Yeah.
I don't even know about parasites. You're going to see this more in the news. Dr. Berg just came out. I think the last time we did a podcast about parasites, it's because Dr. Berg came out and he was like, oh, guess what, guys? I did all this research and cancer is a parasite.
Yeah.
And you can get it out of your body with a $5 cure. Now, I don't want to say that across the board, but it isn't going to hurt you to be doing parasite cleanses all the time. I do 2 a year. I have literally been parasite cleansing both, on a legitimate cleanse and low key, because I take diatomaceous earth every single day. And I cycled through Fenben like 2 different times this year already, and also did herbs, just because I wanted to make sure. And then, when you get the confirmation, like when Megan was like, nope, this is your thing. I think I told you guys I have like some bladder stuff that Megan gave me an herb to support my bladder, but not parasites. And that makes me happy, because she told me the top 2 things that when people go to her are fungus and parasites. So this isn't just like, oh, those people over there who are dirty and don't wash their hands. It's a thing. And it's better to jump on it now before, I'm sure there's going to be another big scare. Who knows how big they're going to blow this up, or maybe they're not. I don't know. I just thought it was the perfect opportunity to revisit the importance of cleansing parasites out of your body. And it gets wacky. Really wacky. And we have tons of stories about that too in old podcasts. So anyway, do you have anything else you want to add to this parasite podcast that we tend to circle around over and over?
Yeah. I mean, for good reason.
Yeah.
Because I would just echo the fact that I completely agree. We're going to hear more and more about it. I think it also is going to be more and more prevalent as people are comfortable and able to speak about, I hate to even call it alternative medicine, but,
Real medicine.
Just, yeah, medicine.
Yeah.
But, it's becoming more and more acceptable. And so, even people that are just like, hey, follow the data kind of people, the data is more and more highlighting, hey, guess what? Parasites might not be the only cause or the only issue, but they sure are a big one.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to handle it.
It is. It's simple. It's going to be difficult just because of what's going to happen to your body. But what's that phrase? It's simple, but it's not easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely simple.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is, and again, check out our protocol if you want to, or just do your own research. But there's lots of other stuff. Jonna just outlined the stuff that she's been doing, basically in between parasite protocols. But there's also just like there's certain foods that are very anti-parasitic.
Yeah.
And so you can just you do your spring and your fall, and then incorporate. The one that came to mind was papaya.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had that in a while. But
chew on those seeds.
Papaya
chew on
seeds.
those seeds.
Yeah. And so I think papayas are delicious.
Yeah.
And then you're also, having a little anti-parasitic. So we have a lot of those things in there too, or you can find them on your own. So So you don't have to think that it's just, oh, so I have to be on Fenben the rest of my life, or, take diatomaceous earth twice a day for the rest of my life. It's not that.
Yeah. But it
probably wouldn't hurt.
It is important to do, and it's something that needs to be prioritized.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're listening to this, go check it out. I think on the website you get to read some of the.
Yeah, there's 6 pages,
that
something
you can
like
read
that.
through first.
And you can read through the whole table of contents, so you get a
go.
feel for exactly what you're looking at, and then a few random pages.
And then also do your own research. Please don't believe me. Do your own research and go to YouTube and type in Dr. Eric Berg parasites, and you're going to get a whole YouTube video about how he figured this out. And it's really lovely that it's on my Facebook feed and not from one of my woo-woo people. It's like on King 5 News, parasitic infections going around. And it again is simple, but it's not easy. So anyway, do you have anything else to add, sir?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right. So wash your fruits and vegetables and
But still eat fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Don't be scared of them, or berries or herbs or any of that kind of stuff. Just know where they're coming from if you can, and make sure they're clean.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you for listening. Have a lovely day.
And we will talk to you soon.